YouTube, it is Rebecca with No Limits coming into you on weeks 38 and 39. This is my 9th month Surgiversary, so it's like I've carried my little sleeve for a full term of pregnancy. My high weight was 224.2, surgery weight 204, current weight 174.4. So I only put on 0.4 over the holidays. That's miraculous. For a total loss of 45.8. So it was my first Thanksgiving dinner since I've had the sleeve. I had not one, but 2 Thanksgiving dinners because I had to do it with my family, which was a good time. And then we had it with my husband's family. Didn't go quite as smooth. When I was at when I was with my family, I didn't have any problems at all. I just ate my little bit and we left because we just went there for dinner and then left. But my husband's family, they live in the Ozark Mountains, so we were up there for 4 days with good southern cooking sitting around me day in and day out, and they made me a chocolate pie for my birthday. And I discovered something that I didn't realize was possible, because in the beginning of my journey I sort of decided, because it was something I was trying to do before I had the surgery, where I didn't want to eat any white rice, white sugar, white flour, and have that completely out of my diet. I was trying to do that before, and so then I thought, well, after I had the surgery, it would be a lot easier to obtain something like that. So other than a couple of pieces of chocolate here or there, or a cookie or something occasionally, something like that, I've done pretty good. Like, I don't eat like sandwiches with bread. I don't eat pizza with the bread on it. I try to just stick with, if I get carbs, I try to stay with like my vegetables. Well, for Thanksgiving, there wasn't a whole lot of meat. They made stuffing that had chicken in the stuffing instead of making a full turkey, so I didn't have just like full protein, and I didn't want to dig through the stuffing, so the only other protein they had was like ham and turnips or something, little pieces of ham in there, and so I pretty much ate that. I ate a lot of that. I was craving the turnips. But then later on, like a couple days later, we went out and there wasn't a whole lot of food there. I wasn't in my, when you're in your normal environment, my coffee's here, this is my go-to. My go-to food is in the refrigerator. I can get me a shake, I can do this. But when you're at someone else's house, unless you pack all your stuff up with you, which you don't generally want to do that if you're on vacation and having a good time. So one day we had to go out to eat, and I thought, okay, well, I'll just get me a roast beef from Arby's, and I will allow myself to eat the bread on it. I don't normally do that. So I figured, well, I'd probably get a couple of bites, and that'll be about it for me. Well, I got it. I got the roast beef dip, because you can soak the bread in the dip, and then that way I figured I could handle the bread a little bit better. Boy, did I ate an entire half of that with the bread. Then about an hour later, I ate the other half. I about passed out. I was like, I cannot believe that I can eat that much bread, because I haven't really tried, to be honest with you. I know that I went through my phase where I was eating cookies, and I went through a phase where I was, into the chocolate and things like that. But I mean, it was like I could only eat like 3 cookies at a time. I'd have to wait a long time before I ate more. I really could not eat a big bulk. I could not believe how many carbs I could actually eat, and it really kind of freaked me out, because I was like, wow. So just goes to show, once you have the surgery, after you get so far out, you can still damage yourself with carbs pretty good. Now, there's no way I could have eaten that much protein. No way. Protein will fill you up, so you have to stay away from the carbs, and that is what I'm learning. I still need to stay away from white sugar, white flour, white rice. Even though I've had the surgery, it can still cause me to gain weight, and it also causes me to dump a little bit too. I found that out, and that was kind of weird. So back on track. So we're doing Thanksgiving. To be honest with you, to be totally honest, I had only a 0.4 pound gain. But when I first came back from that 4 days, and I weighed myself, of course I was about to have Amp Flow here too, so that's not fair because I am on Amp Flow right now. Yay, not that you really want to know that. TMI, TMI. I did put on like 6 pounds in 4 days. Now, of course, a lot of it was water weight and things like that, but yeah. So I didn't weigh until today, so a couple of days have passed, and it allowed me, and I did go do my Zumba. I have a headache today. I'm trying to get back into the swing of things, but it's just like, I'm just really shocked about that. You really, really have to watch the carbs. You really do. It doesn't matter if you have the surgery or not. If you eat a ton of carbs, you're going to put the weight back on. So you really have to. And with the surgery, you can eat a ton of them. Like, I can't eat hardly any protein, right? I eat a couple bites. Like last night we went for fish. I ate about that much fish. Boom. I was so full I could hardly eat anything else. But if I try to eat a couple, I probably could have eaten 3 rolls if I wanted to. So, I mean, you have to be, well, I say that, I probably can eat 3 rolls, but you can really put in the carbs. So this is something to really watch out for. That is what I would say to anybody that's getting a surgery that's thinking, okay, well, I'll have the surgery and then I'll just eat whatever I want. I'll just eat smaller portions of it. That won't work. You will gain your weight back. You have to change the way you eat, and you have to get rid of carbs and have them on super occasion. You cannot have them daily. It will jack you up. It will jack you up. We also have to make it through Christmas holidays and New Year's. Man, then I'm going to be so on it, because 2 of my children are scheduled to go home on the 18th, and when they go home, and then we get past Christmas and New Year's, I am going to hit it, and I'm going to get back into the swing of things. It's like I've been on hold. I haven't really had a chance to really work at making recipes and things like that. My heart was to really go gung-ho with my surgery and do all those things. So hopefully once all of this passes, I'll be able to really focus and start sharing some things with you that are working for me or not working, so that we can all share our tips and stuff with each other and get this thing figured out and make it work. Anyway, I love having my sleeve 9 months out. Love it. Anyway, you guys have a great time. Have happy holidays, and I will see you in 2 weeks. Mwah. Bye.